Have you ever felt that no matter how much you work, money is never enough? Have you noticed how debts seem to grow on their own, like a shadow that never leaves you? Poverty is not just a lack of money, it's an invisible prison that begins in the mind, trapping you in a cycle of fear, scarcity, and wrong choices. Maybe you've lived this before, ending the month exhausted, yet with nothing left in your pocket. The paycheck comes in and disappears within days. Bills pile up, credit cards suffocate, and it feels like your entire life is reduced to chasing something that never arrives. The dark truth is that poverty is not just the absence of money, it is much deeper, much crueler. Poverty steals peace, steals sleep, steals self-esteem. Those who live in it feel ashamed to talk about money, avoid checking their bank statement, and run from financial conversations. Many live as if they're always putting out fires, paying only the minimum, always one step behind. The problem is that this situation doesn't just destroy your wallet, it damages your emotional health, your relationships, your peace of mind. Poverty is like a fog that covers every area of life. And behind all of this, there is an invisible cycle that feeds debt. It works like this. First comes the fear of not having enough money. That fear creates anxiety, and to relieve the pain, many people spend impulsively. They buy to feel pleasure, to feel in control, to feel like everyone else. But soon after, that spending turns into debt. And debt, like a chain, tightens even more. Then comes guilt, regret, and deeper fear. The cycle restarts. It's like a Ferris wheel that never stops turning. The more you try to escape, the more trapped you feel, and the consequences are severe. Constant stress, family arguments, a daily sense of defeat. Debts don't just buy things, they buy your freedom and sell your peace. The most hidden and frightening part is that poverty isn't only in the bank account, it's in the mind. Since childhood, many of us grew up hearing phrases that shaped our thoughts. Money is dirty, rich people are bad. If you're born poor, you'll die poor. These ideas may seem harmless, but they grow into roots that hold you back for life. Those who believe money is evil unconsciously repel opportunities to grow. Those who think they'll never escape poverty end up sabotaging themselves without even realizing it. The mind becomes a prison. And as long as your mentality is one of scarcity, no external change will last. People stuck in scarcity think only of today. They fear tomorrow. They don't plan, they go into debt. But those who develop an abundance mindset think differently. It's not about blind optimism, but about conscious action, seeing money as a tool, not as an enemy. The real difference isn't in how much money comes in, but in what you do with it, and in what you believe about it. But there's a way out. The chains can be broken. The first step is awareness, realizing that your mind is trapped, that the enemy is not just a lack of money, but the beliefs and habits you repeat every day. The second step is simple, financial education. It doesn't have to be complicated. Write down your expenses, understand what interest is, learn the difference between wants and needs. It sounds basic, but very few people do it. Then comes the decision to cut invisible expenses, the coffees, the impulse buys, the takeout that seems small but drains your budget when added up. These are the details that silently feed debt. When you cut the unnecessary, you're not just saving money, you're training your mind to say no to the cycle of scarcity. The next step is to replace consumption with construction. Many people spend to look like they have more, but those who achieve freedom choose to save, invest, and learn. Every dollar not wasted on vanity, but applied wisely, becomes a brick to build a new life. It's not about winning the lottery, it's about planting every single day, and finally, creating new habits. Financial freedom doesn't come from luck, but from discipline. Planning the week, setting medium-term goals, celebrating small wins. A simple notebook with expenses can be more powerful than a raise if used consistently. Remember, if the mind can create chains, it can also create the key that unlocks the prison. And here's the final truth. Poverty isn't just in your pocket, it starts in your mind. But just as the mind can imprison you, it can also set you free. You don't have to accept living in debt. You don't have to repeat the same story. You can change. You can rewrite your journey, and every choice, every conscious decision, every new habit is a step toward freedom. Now I want to ask you one question. What is holding you back more today? The lack of money, or the thoughts you carry about it? Think about that, because when you take control of your mind, your money will start to align too. If this video made sense to you, subscribe now to Financial Health Today. Hit the like button and share this video. That way, you'll help more people discover that financial freedom begins inside each of us, because whoever controls the mind also controls their financial life.